welcome to Beyond the Pour. I'm Nilu, your sommelier host, and I've got some amazing guests with me today. Today, we have Vanessa Robledo and Jocelyn Robledo, her daughter, who are the two of the three, I'm going to say, owners of Vintner's Diary. That's the wine label. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
How are you?
We're doing well, enjoying the new year. How about you?
Good, good, good. Well, it's been an interesting new year so far. Down with the flu for a little bit, but I'm back again.
That's a
So
good thing.
hopefully the rest will be good. So Vanessa, you're in Napa, and Jocelyn, you're in Chicago?
Yes, I'm in Chicago.
Beautiful. Well, what do you do over there?
I live over here because my husband's originally from here.
Okay.
But I mostly work remote with my mom and with Vintner's Diary. But I
Yeah,
also have I have a part-time job at a wine bar here in Chicago too, and
beautiful.
that's what helps me keep my wine knowledge up to date.
That's it. That's the best thing. And you're a sommelier, I heard.
Yeah, through that restaurant, they're called Uve Kitchen and Wine Bar in
Mhm.
Andersonville in Chicago. And through that, they help us get our certification, our sommelier
Wow.
certification. So I'm level 1 right now, and I want to get certified for level 2 this spring.
How cool is that? You're doing a lot of blind tastings?
I haven't been practicing that much lately, but I know I need to bring those skills back this year. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna start doing some more.
Yeah, that's the one that killed me was the blind tastings. That was not easy. But you're in the perfect spot because you've got the wine bar. So hopefully trying out a lot of different wines. And Vanessa, you're in Napa. What's going on over there?
Well, we're pruning. So
Already?
a lot of pruning is happening. Yeah, we have because we grow for sparkling as well as still wine. So the sparkling pruning starts sooner.
Okay.
Um, and that's what we're working on now. And then probably in February we'll start for the still wine program.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about Vintner's Diary. I've got a bunch of questions, but that's such a cool name. How did you come up with this? And what's your label basically consisting of?
Well, Vintner's Diary is something both Jocelyn and I came up with together. And even the logo, which are tendrils, the strongest part of the vine. So it can hold up to 100 pounds of grapes. So it really is what sustains the whence the development and the growth on the vine. It's really what helps sustain so we can then farm and take the grapes off of the vine is those tendrils that hold onto the wire. So we wanted to use that as our logo, and the meaning of the behind the brand is really Vintner. It's usually associated with a man, when you think
Yes.
Vintner, it's usually a lot of like if you were to even look at it in a dictionary, it usually has like a man with a glass of wine, So
So funny. Yeah.
yeah, so we kind of wanted to change that as women, We're three
Yes.
generations of Latinas and we wanted to really change the perspective. And we were blessed to grow up in a very traditional Latin family, which it's also a really male dominated traditions and so it kind of prepared us for the wine industry.
Yes.
That
Yes. Excellent. Excellent.
yeah,
And you say male dominated. Your dad moved to the area like when he was 16, I believe, like Calistoga, and started working um as a migrant labor camp in Calistoga, right? And then he worked so hard, moved up, and became a vineyard foreman, an expert grafter, I believe, and obviously married. I believe your mom was they were high school sweethearts, um, and all this amazing stuff. And your family, you've got four or five, maybe five brothers, two sisters. How
uh, s-
many?
seven brothers and one sister.
Seven brothers and one sister. And so somewhere unfortunately down the road, um as things go, your parents got divorced, and you kind of the guys in the family took over your dad's business.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I mean, the way that, the story that you're telling, it's all true. But before my dad, there was my grandfather. So my
Mm-hmm.
grandfather was a master grafter in the 1940s. And then my dad came in the 1960s and took what they taught him, and he developed it even more. So it's really been generations that has started in the wine, really as vineyard workers is how they
Right.
started. And then, right, when, as far as my parents' divorce, the idea of my dad was always for my brothers to own the winery. Ever since I started working in the winery when it was established in 1997, and he was always very honest about that he wanted someday for his oldest son and his other sons to take over. So that was never a secret in our family. When my parents divorced, yes, the way that things were divided, most everything went to my dad, and all the businesses went to my dad, and my mom only, she had vineyards, so she basically had to start all over. So that was the way that things were divided in the divorce.
And so when you say she had vineyards, so she had acreage with vines on them, which she could potentially continue to sell the grapes to different people.
Yeah, so what happens in the wine industry, you build your reputation with certain wineries that you have contracts with.
Right.
When a divorce happens, basically those relationships change, because usually the person that would manage all of that was my brother at the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I wasn't working for the family winery at the time. I had already left, many years before that. So
Mm-hmm.
my mom asked me to help her. So I came back to help her and
Yeah.
start creating those relationships again with other wineries that will buy her grapes versus the relationships that my brother had and
Yeah.
no
You
longer.
kind of started from scratch. And what year was this? 2012? Or
Well, that's when my mom filed for divorce.
y-
In 2016 was when we
yeah.
started the company.
Yeah.
And but what happened, Nilu, is that in 2017 we lost one of our main producing vineyards to red blotch.
Oh,
So
what is that for people that don't know that?
a red blotch is a virus that affects the immune system of the plant, so that it's not able to produce like it usually does. So it basically, it'll still produce the berries, but there's no flavor in it.
God.
So there's no
Yeah.
way to make it into wine. No acidity. It's mainly like sugar water.
Mm-hmm.
Basically takes away from the quality of what
Sure.
wine grape is.
Yeah.
So the only choice, and you can't, it's not like you can cure the plant. You have
No.
to basically pull it out.
Oh, wow.
We had to pull 11 plus acres in Napa, which was the vineyard that we thought was going to help
Be the
sustain.
best one. Yeah.
So it was already a vineyard that was over 30 years old, but
Oh,
it had been doing really well until, you know,
this
we,
happened.
until it wasn't, yeah, until
Yeah.
the virus caught up with it and it basically stopped producing.
And then you planted Grenache?
No.
No.
So this region where the Napa vineyard is in Carneros.
Hmm.
So it really is too cold for Grenache. You can only plant Pinot, Chardonnays, or varieties that thrive in the cold and in the fog, because there's a
Right.
lot of fog out here. We're right next to the Napa River.
Yeah.
So not everything can grow out here.
Mm-hmm.
I actually buy my grapes from a producer in Rutherford. So that
Y-
you mean,
Your personal, you for Vintner's Diary.
yeah, yeah. The Grenache grape needs heat. It needs to be in an area that, for example, it's really in the middle of Napa Valley, the
Got
Rutherford.
it. Got it. And I want to ask Jocelyn. Jocelyn, do you like this rosé?
I love it.
I've been watching your videos. They're really cool because what you're doing is you're pairing them with nachos. You're pairing this wine with avocado, like different. Yeah, I don't want to say salsa, but you were doing some real cool stuff.
Mhm.
And when you drink this rosé, and again, I want to say it's a Grenache that Vanessa was just telling us about. What do you pick up? Because you're the somm here. Let's talk a little bit about what do you pick up from this rosé? What's it giving to you?
Well, what's fun about when we release the rosé every year, every vintage is completely different. So that's what's fun about being able to, like, my mom and I will blind taste different blends when we're working with our winemaker, and we'll decide which flavors and which notes that we like. Um, so depending, are you drinking the 2023?
I am drinking 23. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so the
23.
2023, I really like that one. It has like some strawberry. I've heard some people say watermelon, which I've started to taste the older that
Mm-hmm.
it gets. Um,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of berry, a lot of fun summer fruit.
Mhm.
So that's what I really like about that one specifically. That one feels like summer to me. Our 2024 that we released started to taste more like fall for me. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
really good with holiday dishes. It paired really well and it had a nice body to it that stood up to those holiday foods. So every single year we release something different, and I think that's what's super fun about creating a rosé that's
Right.
so versatile,
Yeah.
um, is that it can pair with a lot of different things.
I love this one. I mean, I bought, I don't know, a few bottles from when I saw your mom. And I tell you, I'm very much old world. I'm an old world wine drinker. I love that kind of, lighter and less alcohol per se. And this was giving me like, French, rosé vibe and very, light and something you could potentially sit on the deck and drink the whole friggin' bottle,
Yeah.
which may be bad for me. But it doesn't have to be summer, but great. Summer's awesome. But you guys have done a really good job with this. Now, there is only this bottle that you guys, Vintner's Diary, is creating. Is that right? That's your portfolio right now, that bottle.
We have a 2022, a 2023, and a 2024. We've sold out of the 2022 and the 24. We made the most of the 2023, so we only have a few cases left.
Yeah.
But that one's the one that we have currently, the 2023, is probably my absolute personal favorite because it's really fun on its own. So yeah, I really, really like that one. I always ask my mom to send me some more because I drink some and then I share with some friends and
Tell
so
me
yeah.
you've got it. What's your production per how many cases a year?
We do an average of about 200, but it really depends on the vintage.
So you're very boutiquey, small. Again, the type of wineries or people I want to talk to because I don't want to be talking to gigantic thousand. This is not going to taste the way that these smaller productions do. Who is your winemaker, by the way? I forgot to ask you that.
So Rudy, and Jocelyn says his last name better than I do.
Jadima.
Tadima.
Yeah.
Zudima with a Z.
Yes.
Oh, Tadima.
Yeah.
And is he American? Is he Latin? Where is he from?
So he's originally, I think, from Davis. Yeah,
Okay, so
he's
like born and
American.
raised in Davis kind of thing.
Yeah, he's been in the wine
Perfect.
industry for over 30 years. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, he
I
knows
have
what he's
a lot of
doing.
respect. Yeah, he has he knows what he's doing. I have a lot of respect for him in the industry. He's also been he's supported us by buying grapes from us
Right.
also. So we're growers for him and his wines. Um, so yeah, I mean, we pretty much make a great team, don't you think, Jocelyn?
Yeah. My mom, my grandma and I, we love Rudy. We love his wife, his family. Everyone is so special. And so like we just feel like we're in good hands with them. So
That's it.
I love working with Rudy.
Now,
He's the
I
best.
have to ask you this because this is such a cool story with your grandma, your mom, you, three generations of, you know, for hardworking, independent ladies. How much does grandma get herself involved in the day to day of Vintner's diary, or has she left it to you two to kind of, do your thing?
Yeah, I mean, my mom, as you know, or I don't know if yeah, you do know because you met her. She doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
So not speaking English, the language barrier for her has always been a challenge.
Right.
To get involved in different ways. But the way my mom likes to get involved is cooking her Latin Mexican dishes, for example. So that is something where it just excites her to pair food and
I
wine.
love that. I love that. And are you doing because I think we talked about this because that's really something I want to get into. Are you doing food and wine pairings right now? I think you said yes to with this rosé.
We only do food and wine pairings privately for our events. Like we do a Pretty in Pink event that we're having in August. So we'll do like food and wine pairing then.
Hmm.
But usually when we sell our wine for different events, like we're doing a Chicana Latina Foundation event in late
Hmm.
January, they'll pair it with their dishes for
Sure.
them.
Yeah.
So people usually already kind of do that on their own, but we give people ideas. Like for example, Jocelyn has some great videos where she talks about flautas and tomatillo sauce
Mhm.
with the rosé.
Yeah.
And there are other things you've done, right, Jocelyn, with grandma's dishes?
Yeah, we did her chile rellenos.
Hmm.
We did she taught me my mom and I learned her guacamole recipe. And so that's something really simple that I like to do with our rosé because it has a nice creaminess to it and the acid in the rosé really cuts through it and it just tastes amazing together. Um, so yeah, just there's a lot of her dishes that we like to do. One time we did quesadillas with pumpkin flour inside of it. It's something that she always has made since she was really young and that her mom taught her to make. And so we got to make a little video out of that and paired it with the rosé. So that's what's fun is like that's how we bond is when we get to cook together and drink the rosé together and
That is
really
priceless because, God, anything we learn from our grandparents, we got to hold on to. Is absolutely priceless, amazing. And I love that you're, actually making videos with her doing that because that's so cool. Three generations doing that. Now, I want to ask both of you, what's next for Vintner's Diary? Are you just happy doing it the way that you're doing it, or do you feel like you want to grow, or is it just no? This is fantastic. We love doing what we're doing.
Currently, we're really happy with what we're doing. As you might know, Nilu, the market has completely changed. So
I do know.
we're not in the industry that we were not even 5, 10 years ago. It's completely changed. Right after COVID, the market overall is really not the same. And the way that it's changed is that people are not drinking as much. And also the people that were drinking are changing their habits, and the new generation coming in is not necessarily drinking wine. So there's a lot of things that I think are challenging for the wine industry as a whole. And what we've noticed with our small company is that what we have works. So we're going to continue with what works.
Love that.
Yeah, and really focusing on the direct to consumer market. We find that not all, because we do have a diverse market, but the people that are supporting us are women in trailblazers in their career, either in their career or in their businesses. So these are
Right.
very strong women that are that we find are our biggest market. And so that's who our club consists of,
Right. And
Again,
it's
it's not.
really,
Mhm.
sorry, I was just going to say there is this thing where women love to support women.
Mhm.
And when you say I'm a small business owner, women run, I feel like, for me, I want to support you as much as I can.
Oh, thank
I feel like it's such a great, it's so much more fun and rewarding to support someone like you than
thank
a
you.
large, who knows what. So I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah. I mean, I felt the same way about you when I met you.
Thank
Just
you.
hearing your
Appreciate it.
story. Yeah, hearing your story, I was just very uh, inspired by you. So I think that the feeling is definitely mutual. And
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We got to support each other because that's the
exactly.
only way through this, I think.
Yeah.
Jocelyn, what do you think is to come? I know you do a lot of the social media for Vintner's Diary as well.
Yeah, I'd like to keep growing our social media, keep finding our community. Um, we have like a really active audience and we have a lot of people who are really committed to like our posts and love to see what we're doing next. So it's pretty nice to know that there's people who are interested in the content that we make. So I want to keep creating videos that people will find helpful, whether it's food and wine pairings, facts about wine, other than outside of our rosé, and just building that community. So that's something that's really important to me. And also people my age is making wine less intimidating for them. When I'm working at the wine bar here in Chicago, I have a lot of people who are too afraid to say the names or
Right.
too afraid of what to order. So I always love saying, "Well, would you like a suggestion or can I help you pick something out?" And that's something that I really enjoy doing. So being able to do that and reach a wider audience is really exciting that I get to do that as a job. So yeah, I want to keep doing that and doing more in-person events. Like my mom said, direct to consumer is
Right.
where we find it the most fulfilling. And being able to be eye to eye with the people that enjoy our wine and spend time with them and grow those relationships, that's really special for us. So keep
So
doing that.
cool, so cool. And I'll just add this for me, having these amazing, just raw conversations is what I'm all about. I love hearing these, that's why when I started this podcast, I've been very picky about who I'm, who's a guest on here, but it's like real people, real people. And I think that is attractive for the consumer right now is more than ever, like, who is behind this label? What do they think? What are they doing? How are they coming up with this? And I think that's really cool for me to watch people like yourselves do this. And it's the best conversations, it's the best, just keep doing it. I agree. Just keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
and I want to just end because, there's so much to talk about. We could talk forever, but I know you guys are busy. So, last couple of questions. Where can people get their hands on Vintner's Diary? Can they come pick it up somewhere, or do you drop it off in California to start? Where is a good place to buy some of these beautiful rosés?
Well,
We
go ahead, Joss.
I was just gonna say, on our website is the best way to get it. We are in some restaurants in Napa and in Sonoma, but I think our website is probably the best place to get them. What were you gonna say,
Perfect.
Mom?
Oh, I agree. So we have Scala, we're in Scala and Napa, and then Songbird and Glen Ellen in Sonoma. So those are the two restaurants that we're in. Mainly, we sell direct to consumer. So people, if they want to join our wine club, they'll hear from the lovely Jocelyn that
Nice.
she reaches out to all the club members and so yeah, we usually deliver to everyone locally. So everything from Marin County, Sonoma County, Napa
Hmm.
County, of course, Solano County, and also in the San Francisco area.
It, and they don't have to pay for shipping that way. I mean, how cool is
Yeah,
that? And
yeah,
they get to meet you guys, one of
yeah.
you, or yeah.
Exactly. Basically, we take one full day and we just deliver everything.
Drop off everything. I love that. As far as San Francisco, Marin County, Sacramento, maybe, that area. And then is the wine in the wine bar in Chicago with Jocelyn?
Um, it is occasionally. We just have one or two bottles every once in a while. I like to bring them in. I've brought it in a couple times so I can share it with the staff and some of my
Oh,
coworkers. They can all taste it, and they're all big fans. So
it's
I hope
too
that they come
cute.
visit us in Napa.
Oh, they will. I'm sure about it. My last question for you guys, which I've asked everybody, and it is the funnest thing to ask. If you could if you could think about your label, Vintner's Diary, and pair it with a song, what would each one of you pair it with?
You go first, Joss.
Like I'm thinking.
Um, I was thinking the song After the Storm by Kali Uchis.
Oh my gosh.
Have you heard that song
Perfect.
before?
Yes, I have. What makes you pick that? I love that, but I'm just wondering.
I think because the message in the song is where she talks about how you'll experience a storm which can be like hardships or something difficult, but there's always something good that comes out of it, or if you keep trying and pushing forward, it's going to clear up. So I think that that's pretty much the story of my grandma and my mom and I, and all of the challenges they've been through with their vineyards, and us still coming out and creating this wine label and being able to be together even though I am far apart. I feel so close to my mom and my grandma because we speak almost daily or at least weekly. So yeah, it just feels like after the storm and after all of the things that we've experienced that have been setbacks, um, we're still pushing through and still figuring out ways to um, I guess
Move forward, right?
move forward.
And
Exactly. Thank you.
but maybe the best is yet to come, because I feel like in any business you're just working, working, working. It's up and down, and finally you get to a point where it's smooth sailing,
Mhm.
and then it's a different way of marketing. You know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
think you guys maybe are there now, and now it's just a matter of getting the name out there, because the rosé is beautiful, it's delightful. I think it's just a matter of, and you don't make that much, so it's like, god, if anyone gets their hands on it, they're pretty lucky to do that. So I love that song. What about you, Vanessa?
I would say Imagine by John Lennon because I love how wine brings people together. And I
Sure.
love how it can be, it doesn't matter your background, it doesn't no, nothing matters other than just the love for wine and sharing a product that we all love. And I feel like the Imagine song really kind of says it all when it talks about, from people from all backgrounds just coming together and imagining what we can create together.
I love that. I think that's why I fell in love with wine and food and cocktails as well. But I think that when you sit down, you open a bottle of wine for someone, right? Because there's so much has gone into this guy to before we can open it, enjoy it. You do this, you're connecting in a different way. And food and wine just does that for us. So I love that song as well. Thank you, ladies, for
You.
giving me some great insight. I feel like this is now just going to be smooth sailing for you guys. You're definitely there. You're doing amazing things, and everybody's got to find you guys and get their hands on a bottle of this beautiful rosé. So, thank you so much for joining me on Beyond the Pour, ladies. And hopefully we'll do some tastings together. I'm looking forward to that. Maybe we can do that either virtually or, whatever we decide to do.
Let's do a blind tasting soon.
I know. Let's do it. Oh my God. I
Pretty fun.
I used to absolutely, after I passed the exam, I was just like, there's no way I'm drinking another bottle of wine. I'm just not having any more wine. But recently I've been so excited to start the blind tastings again. So yeah, if you ever want to, we can do it virtually, or we can, whatever. And I can help in any way that for the exam, maybe I can help you. So let
That
me
would be
know.
awesome. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
absolutely my pleasure. And for our
We appreciate
listeners,
you. Thank you.
yeah, absolutely. For our listeners on Beyond the Pour, please do follow, please do share. And this is episode 18, and we're talking to Vintner's Diary. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. If you're ready for a hands-on experience, check out the menu of services in our link on our Instagram page.